Do you remember the outbreak of the war?
I remember hearing it on the radio. Our radio was on the shelf high up on the wall where we couldn't get at it. I just remember it being announced, today we are at war with Germany. I remember that, yeah. American servicemen came over. So when I came home from school, I had about 700 cartons of milk. And my brother would have went into the camp and they all bought those cartons of milk. We also supplied the town of Cass with milk. And we got the swill because we had a lot of pigs. And we got the swill from the camp. But I don't remember much about, except a couple of planes that went out and didn't come back.
You could see them?
Pardon?
Could you see the planes?
No, we lived, as I say, near Castle Archdale, and the seaplanes were on the water there. That was lovely to see them at that time. My father actually drew the sand to build the slipways to build that place and prepare it for seaplanes landing there. But I didn't know anybody actually that was in the war, but except my cousin, one of my cousins from America, he was over with the servicemen.
But there were a lot of American soldiers around Castle Archdale.
Yeah, there was a lot of Americans around there.
And you brought the milk to them?
Yeah.
And did you have much chat with them?
No, because it was my brother brought the milk. He went in and stayed in the camp. I only filled the cartons and the dairy that we had.
Did they give you any sweets? Did they give your brother any sweets?
Oh, they did, yes, they did, yeah. There were sweets.
So
and nylons, yeah. But then I wasn't old enough. I was only about 15 about the time.
Yeah.
So I wasn't old enough to go into the camp really and go to any of the things, the dances and all that were there round about at that time.
Was your mother not worried about you dating an American soldier?
No. We had them out then in the summer. They would have come out, 20 of them would have come out to help with the haymaking. I'd give them a break from the camp. And my mother would have fed them or made them a meal, so it was a change from camp life.
And did you have any chat with them at that time?
I can't remember much about that because I had a hearing problem then too. So I wasn't able to really communicate with different voices, even then, because I had a hearing problem.
Yeah. Did the war impact much on your life in Fermanagh?
Well, it did in a way, I suppose. Although it didn't affect us all that much apart from having your windows all blacked out. My dad was in the Home Guard. He was a captain in the Home Guard. But they were just...
What did he do in the Home Guard, do you know?
He was captain. They would have went out on patrol, just locally. Yeah.
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 Were there many evacuees where you were living?
There was, yes. There was 10 who came to our school. That was 1941, a big raid in Belfast in 1941, Easter time. And there was a man, a farmer, who had a big house, took in a whole family, and our cousins, 10 children came to our school. Lot of clean of a put a lot on my printer there too.
And what were the children like?
Oh, they were very good. They were very good. They had come from Crumlin Road, from a wee terrace house, a wee kitchen house really, and there was a mother and 6 children and 4 cousins. And the mother, the farmer, was living alone. He had never married. He taught the mother how to bake and cook on the hearth fire. And the 10 lived there for, I think, something like 4 years. And they loved it. I was talking to one of them today. She's still in Donaghadee. She wrote a lot of stories into Romer about that time.
What about when the war ended? Do you remember that? In Belfast, there were street parties.
Well, we were in the country, so there was no street parties.
Or farm parties.
You'd have to ask really that one. They would have all had street parties. We done.
Yeah. Was there any celebration in Fermanagh about the end of the war?
I can't remember that. We may have had right enough at our Sunday school about that somewhere too. So, and that could have been because there's a lot of evacuees in that picture. I have a picture of that too. But so that must have been wartime. You know, when that was taken, there's about 8 or 10 evacuees in the picture.